And just from a perspective of you've never played softball before, you have no idea how it works, all that kind of thing. Just so that we're all on the same page, right? We're gonna start with our bases. This is just like out there, right? We got home, first, second, third, of course the pitching rubber. Everybody's familiar with that. Again, I want to kind of break it down pretty simple. We hit the ball, we run, right? You get 3 strikes, you get 3 chances. You swing and you miss, it's a strike. You swing and you miss again, that's strike 2. You swing and miss again, that's strike 3. Okay? What's the biggest thing we need to know about strike 3?
Run. Drop their strike, take off the first.
Because if the catcher drops the ball on strike 1 or 2, it really doesn't matter. On strike 3, if they drop the ball, we get to run. Okay?
Please run.
So,
Please run. Don't be ready.
so on strike 3, I've got 2 strikes. So here we go, girls. If I'm at the bat, I swing on strike 3 and miss, I've got to run no matter what. I have to assume that she has dropped the ball, and I got a free pass to try to get to first. Now she has to then pick the ball up and throw me out, right? So this does a couple of things. One, we get moving without thinking about it, because what happens year in and year out was we go over this, and then somebody gets up here and they strike and they're frustrated. Then they get a strike and they're frustrated. And then they get strike 3 and they're like, darn. And everybody's screaming, run, because she dropped the ball, right? And then you take off and it's an easy tag because we've sat there for 2 seconds. So you have to know, I swing and miss on strike 3, I'm running assuming she's dropping the ball. And then if they say, hey, come back, you're out, go to the dugout, so be it. The other benefit of that is if I run on strike 3 and she didn't catch the ball, let's say, I'm out of the box in a hurry, right? What's the worst thing that happens? She caught it and I'm out anyway, and I go ahead and go to the dugout. But if I take off running and she did catch it, but all of a sudden freaks out like, why is this girl running? And decides she's going to throw it to first, but she didn't have to. Now the girl on third runs and scores because she threw the ball away not meaning to. So I'm just saying, there's never a reason not to run on strike 3. So just know that. The other thing I think is important about running bases is listening to your base coach. That's probably the most important thing. There's going to be a first base coach down here outside of first base in the coaching box. There'll be a third base coach over here. We're going to do our best as coaches to have a consistent message. So you should only hear one of very few things when you're approaching first base. First of all, first base is not one we ever stop at. We are either going to run through it, or we're going to turn and look, or we're going to go to second. Okay? Does everybody know what that means? All right, Blake, can you show us what turn and look looks like? Go ahead.
Is the first base the only base that you can run like all the way through and automatically be safe? Like you can be off the base when you run all the way through?
First and obviously home, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, first base you run through,
the line.
and if they touch you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you stay outside the foul
Now
line.
you have to stay right. The one thing, and girls, why don't we pause for just a second, and then let's walk down here and we'll talk about this. Everybody, come on. It's a field trip.